Welcome back, truth seekers, to another chilling installment of Cannibal Killers. In today's episode, we're venturing into one of the most horrifying and ultimately human tales of cannibalism, one that leaves you questioning the very depths of human depravity. We're diving into the story of Katherine Knight, Australia's most notorious female cannibal, whose tale is fraught with violence, betrayal, and a feast so terrifying it remains etched in the annals of criminal history. Our tale begins in the small town of Aberdeen, New South Wales, a picturesque, quiet town filled with the simple joys of rural life. But beneath this serene veneer lurked a tempest in the form of Katherine Knight. Known to locals as the Speckled Hen for her distinctive personality quirks, Knight started her life much like anyone else. But it quickly became apparent that she was not like other children. Katherine's early years were marred by a tumultuous family life. Violence and abuse seemed to cast long shadows over her childhood, deforming her spirit into something dark and vengeful. At school, she was a loner, more interested in butchery, the visceral act of cutting through sinew and bone, than in the innocent games of her peers. This dark fascination would soon become her defining trait. Graduating from high school, Katherine wasted no time in securing a job at the local slaughterhouse. Here, she found a gruesome kind of solace, treating her work with an enthusiasm that struck many as deeply unsettling. For her, the slaughterhouse was not merely a job. It was a revelation, an altar where she could channel all her pent-up frustrations. But the real horror began when her personal relationships started to mirror the brutality she so gleefully enacted at work. John Price, a coal miner, became the unfortunate object of her twisted affections. Though initially charmed by her tough exterior, Price soon discovered the dark abyss lying beneath. What started as arguments and physical altercations quickly spiraled into a life-and-death ordeal. One fateful night in February 2000, after a particularly heated argument, Katherine decided to end their relationship in the most horrifying way imaginable. Price had slipped into an uneasy sleep, unaware that his life was about to become a nightmare. Katherine, with the cold precision of a butcher, crept into the bedroom and began her macabre work. She stabbed him 37 times with a butcher knife as he lay in bed. But this wasn't the end of the horror. What followed was a surreal nightmare that defies comprehension. Katherine, as if possessed by some unspeakable evil, skinned Price's lifeless body with a precision that only someone with her macabre skills could manage. She then hung the skin on a meat hook in the living room, creating a ghastly display that would horrify even the most stoic of crime scene investigators. Yet, the unthinkable didn't end there. In a bizarre, almost ritualistic act, Katherine proceeded to decapitate Price and cook parts of his flesh, serving them along with vegetables and gravy, making a gruesome dinner laid out with place settings for his children. The grotesque tableau was discovered by police, a scene so diabolical it would haunt them forever. As Knight stood trial, her defense team attempted to paint her as a woman broken by years of abuse, suggesting that she was acting out a deeply rooted trauma. But the jury saw through this veneer, recognizing the profound malevolence in her actions. She was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, making her the first Australian woman to receive such a sentence. Knight's story is a chilling reminder of how thin the line can be between human and monster. Her tale reverberates as a haunting echo of how deep emotional scars and unchecked violence can transform an individual into a figure of pure dread. And there you have it, the harrowing tale of Katherine Knight, a woman whose actions blurred the boundaries of humanity and horror. It's a story that forces us to confront the darkest corners of the human psyche and question the very nature of evil itself. Keep watching, Truth Seekers, as we continue to delve into the grim and macabre world of cannibal killers. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay curious, and most importantly, stay safe.